Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are getting ready for a new routine for summer, and the focus for me this year is self-care. If you're new here, my name is Nicholsen. I love to share all things homemaking. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and if you're returning, it's so great to see you. So to jump into this beautiful day, I'm getting up, I have the kids running around, and I want to start my day as I do every day with AG1. If you are not familiar with it, it is an amazing supplement you can take every single day. It has all your vitamins, minerals, nutrients in one delicious drink, and I usually will take that while I sit down and prepare for the day. The night before, I will usually write down all the things I want to get done, but for today, I just want to make sure I have everything I need, and then I'm going to head outside and do a little journaling. Since the sun is shining and the birds are chirping, I thought it'd be a beautiful day to turn the fountain on and just do a little journaling in my Roots and Rituals notebook. I will link it down below. I absolutely love this. It's a great way to reflect each day or each night and kind of get a sense of your overall, what you're focused on, what you're wanting to build in your life, and what you're wanting to let go. This summer, my routine as a mom of 4 kids ranging between 9 and 14, my plan is to get up every single morning at 6:30, have coffee, get my to-do list going, usually have my AG1, and then I want to get the breakfast ready for the kids before I take at least 45 minutes to myself to do 2 very important things. One is either meditate, write in my journal for my mindfulness and my mental health, and 2, I want to do a workout, whether it's on the outside gym equipment or if it's going on a walk, a run, going to the gym, or just doing some groundwork. I've been loving a couple of these really great tone videos that I find on YouTube. I will link a bunch down below. One of the other things I like to do in the morning before I kind of get into my day is walk around the property, get a sense of how all of my plants are doing. We're going to be doing some big gardening projects in today's video, but I always pick one major project pretty much Monday through Friday that I really want to focus on so that I can stay nice and productive. I think it's a great way to feel like I've accomplished something and I'm not just running around taking care of kids all day. So now that I've gotten a little time for my mental health, it's time to focus on my physical health. Every single day this summer, I hope you join me at least 20 minutes of physical exercise, whether it's riding a bike. I love the hydro. I mix it up every single day. I do whatever I can to get my heart rate up for 20 minutes, and then I do some just toning, which I think is great for arms, your core strength, things like that. I'll do that for another 20 minutes. This is just a great way to keep yourself in shape. It's whether it's about losing weight, toning up, bulking up, whatever it is for your body, definitely find the programs that work best for you. For me, it's just keeping a sense of overall physical health for longevity, and it's just a great way to also clear your mind. I know that summer can be very overwhelming, especially if, like me, you have a lot of kids. I find that working out really does set me up for a really great day. If you guys want to show the pets some love, please give this video a thumbs up. Henry and Tuna and Enzo, our cats, were all out here playing, and then Pepe just could not help himself. He wanted to play the whole time. He usually does come out here and do this, and I kind of like it because these workouts can be really painful, and I always use him as my excuse to take a quick break. But I usually do abs and legs pretty much every single day, and then I head inside and we're gonna tidy up and take a shower. Henry was over here just keeping an eye on the yard, but I just thought he was so cute. My morning tidy routine is always after my workout, and I start the Robo Rock, which is my vacuum that vacuums the whole house, then goes back over it and mops it every single day, keeps the floor pretty clean. And then I like to clean all the surfaces, tidy up the living room and the front room, and just get everything set for the day. I typically won't do this again until the following day. It's the only time of the day that I usually will do what I would call like a 20-minute tidy. I just go through the house. I like to wipe all the countertops off, get the dishes started. I will kind of declutter a bit, as we have 6 people now. So as the day progresses, toys, glasses, pens, pencils, coloring books, you name it, will kind of just clutter around different parts of the house. And so for me, I like to start the day with a nice clean slate. We got a clean mind, we got a healthy body, and now we just want to have a tidy house. So each morning I will come through here, clean up from what was left over from breakfast, get all the countertops cleaned up. I will typically be done with all of this morning routine by 9 a.m. Our kids usually start their activities around 10:30 or such. It kind of just depends on the day, but we always have after breakfast a very chill morning for them before we start our activity. So for me, to get everything done by 9:30 while starting the day taking care of myself is just such a great cadence, especially this summer. I do hope you guys join me because I want to be sharing this as much as I can, not only for motivational reasons, but also my own accountability, because I will be honest with you, I will say most mornings I don't want to do any of the above. I want to lay in bed. I want to scroll through Instagram, get inspired ideas for decorating, recipes. The last thing I want to do is get up and start my day at 6:30 doing all of these things. But I feel like this summer, if you want to join me, we can keep each other company, stay accountable, probably do a little bit over on my Instagram page as well. So if you want to join me there, I would love to have you. Some of the things I think about while doing my morning tidy is things I can do now while the house is calm. I have a couple kids that are probably still sleeping at this time, and a couple of the things I would do is take all the coffee grinds and the coffee out of the coffee maker, throw that into the dishwasher, thinking about my future self. There's nothing I loathe more in the morning than getting up at 6:30, going to make coffee, and yesterday's coffee has just been sitting in there overnight. So I try to add that to my to-do list in the morning, and I try to declutter a little bit, more so because today I knew that the kids and I were going to be making cookies. So I decided to declutter a little bit of the decor that I had here on the kitchen counters, just to make that process a little bit easier, because both my daughters are going to have their own cookie stations. I just thought it'd be easier to tackle that now instead of when I'm trying to get them organized, and it just kind of compounds all of the clutter and it just makes things a little less enjoyable. I try to think of what is going on in the day and how can I set myself up for success. I will say, not that it has anything to do with this video, but I have been getting a lot of comments about our kitchen countertop. We painted that about 2 years ago, and I will link that video down below. That project has held up so beautifully, especially since I'm not ready to fully gut this kitchen. Right now, my biggest project is gutting the garden and getting that ready for summer. So I will link that down below, but I would say 10 out of 10, we are really happy with it. here's a recap on the first 2.5 hours of my day. We woke up, had coffee, I had a chance to do a little reading, then I was able to have AG1, start my planning for the day, get kind of set for all the projects I had on my to-do list, and then I was able to go outside. We did a little journaling. Other days I will do meditation. I kind of switch on and off, and then we were able to do a nice workout. From there, I did a nice little walk around the property just to kind of see how things are, especially if you're a gardener. Just keeping an eye on your garden every morning is a great way to kind of start your day to make sure everything's going nicely out there. And I came inside. I had the Robo-Rock vacuum and mop the entire downstairs. I tidied the kitchen, the living rooms, and the dining room. I got my bed tidied, and I'm going to finish up here in the bathroom where all the kids typically brush their teeth in here, even though they have their own bathrooms. I don't mind. I just want to keep things nice and tidy. So before 9 o'clock in the morning, we have pretty much made our way through the whole house and set ourselves up for success. It is now time to hop in the shower. I'll take you around on a quick tour and show you how everything turned out. I'm gonna hop in the shower. We have our towels ready to go. My bedroom is clean and tidy. Let's see what else we have. This room is all tidy for the week. I've got the Robo-Rock we'll go through. As you can see, it's in the mopping phase right now. Nice and shiny. Absolutely love that. Smells so good in here. I tidied up this area and then this area as well. Just took a couple things away to kind of get it less cluttered. These flowers are actually from my son's bedroom for his graduation. So I need to put those there, so don't forget to put those in his room. I have a couple of cups from that and some books we need to put away. But other than that, our little 20-minute tidy was so great. I'm gonna go hop in the shower and we're gonna continue on this gorgeous day, aren't we? Aren't we, you two? Hello, babies. Hello, babies. Hi, Fefe. Hi, Fefe. My workout buddy. Hi, Tuna. So I want to do a little snack in the midday for myself, and I love these. I call them sushi sliders, but I basically take some avocado. I love to do a little cucumber. You can really add anything. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of ham in here. Right now I'm loving the Korean barbecue gimme roasted seaweed snacks. They're just the little seaweed snacks I usually get, salt, pepper, whatever, but I'm loving that. I add a little bit of a whipped cream cheese and then just stack on some veggies. I like to use a little sriracha mayo, and this is just the greatest little snack. If you're looking for something delicious and healthy, I highly recommend checking out a couple different versions of these. Very easy to make. It's just whatever you would have on sushi. I always find some yummy salmon and other sushi grade fish at Whole Foods, but you can check out your local fish shop. These are really easy to make. My kids also love them. I usually will take out the spicy sriracha and just use a regular seaweed, but these little sliders are so yummy and pretty healthy. Once I'm done making these, I'm going to sit down, enjoy a nice slow lunch. I don't want to rush. Then we're going to head out to the garden to start our big project for the day. Take a moment and show you guys around. So we got our first birdie bed done. The very cool thing about these beds is you can configure them any size you want. So I've got some plants I've kind of been hoarding over here and some over here. I've got my peppers going. These are all volunteers we need to pull up. We'll probably do that today. And get rid of those because, well, I'll share in a minute. Some of these are tomatoes, I can tell by the smell. So good. It's like my little tomato patch. But we are going to have to pull all those up. You can see here, like this right here is a tomato plant. I wonder if I can... Well, anyway, so let me tell you a little bit. This is the bed. These are gigantic. So I have a couple thoughts on how we're going to do this. I know I said I wasn't going to rip these out, but we are going to rip them out. And I think today we need to measure these, but I think I'm going to put them long ways here, and I think I could get 3 beds in here nicely. and then potentially one over here. These, I'm noticing the heat from the house is starting to burn some of these. So I'm gonna definitely be relocating these probably somewhere along that area so it doesn't have so much all day sun, because it's like these are my little herb gardens. See, like in here, just getting a little too much water. So I don't know why that is here, but anywho. So I may need to figure that out. I think this bed is just getting way too much water. So we will see how this goes. These are really well made. I love these. These are, I just kind of, after doing a ton of research, these are the best beds for us. These are great, but as you can see, as well made as they are warping everywhere. They get termites and all kinds of things. We just redid this one. So what we're gonna end up doing is pulling all the dirt out. I have a bunch of dirt getting delivered on Saturday. So once that dirt gets delivered, we're gonna redo this whole area. I may do one of these beds real long on this wall, which could be really great because you can make these as long as you want to. I may just do one very long bed here. I just don't want it to get too hot. That's my only issue. So if I did a bed from there to there, I could transplant all of these I did grab some tomatoes, but I could transplant all of the herbs for sure over here. But like I said, I don't know. And so the herbs also don't need to have such a depth of soil. So the last thing I want to do is spend a ton of money filling one of those birdie beds up when I don't need that much soil. So let me see if they have, the Robo-Rock just finished cleaning everything, which is lovely. I don't see the configuration map, but when we come out here to do that, I'll show it to you. But I think it's going to be really, really good. My husband said we could also potentially repurpose this, but for today, all I want to do is measure and try to get an idea of how we're going to lay this out. Look at that mint. Oh, so good. This could potentially go like catty corner here. The only issue is I can't get to the other side for harvesting. And that would be an issue. Like I need it to be in the middle of the space. But I've been letting the Chickaboom's dirt bath because once we put all that, the new beds in, they won't be able to dirt bath over here. Hi girls. Are we all hiding from Broody Blanca? Is she being broody? Oh, I've got 3 girls. Hi, girls. Blanca's broody again. She's so broody and rooty. Hi, girls. I love you. They're such happy chickabooms. So that'll be my project today. Just kind of puttering around the garden. I also got... Hey. I want to also put some bark in here just to make it look nice. I feel like it doesn't look very good. Spending time in the garden happens to be one of my most favorite parts of the day that I take for myself. Not only is gardening something new to me, I love that it gives me the ability to be outside, making food for my family, but most importantly, this is kind of something new that I'm learning, and I just think if there's one thing you could do this summer that is new and you can learn from, it is so great for your mental health and strength. Maybe learning a new language, learning new skills, learning how to cook, learning how to garden. Gardening is something that is very new to me. This will be my 3rd year gardening here at this house, and I'm just loving it. I'm learning so much. So if there's one thing I would say add to your daily routine, it's learning something new. So I think I have the layout pretty well done. We're gonna do a 4'8" bed here with a 2-foot walkway, another one 2-foot walkway, and then another one down there. I'm going to move that mint over in that walkway and maybe like a couple of those just for extras. Then over here, what I'm going to do with these beds, which is what I really like about them, I'm not going to have this middle piece, so we'll just connect the two, so it'll be about this wide. So we're cutting it basically in half, but we're making it longer. And then I'll have a 2 by 12 foot bed on that side. And what that will allow is probably for the tomatoes to get planted one separated that way. It'll be a little hard to get into the back end of it, but the other thing we can do is just put all our herbs and nasturtiums and maybe some like peppers and things like that in that area, but I think that will be the best. We will uproot all the peppers we planted, and like I said, I'm going to pull all of these out because we are going to be repurposing a lot of this soil. I'm not filming that because we've hired people to help with that. It's way too much for my husband and I to do. But these can come right out. They just pop right out. I also, the soil's pretty wet, so we shouldn't have an issue with these again. They sure do smell good. Definitely some kind of tomato plant. I wish I didn't have to pull them out. I could try to transplant them. Okay, the other thing I had, which I can't find, I ordered, we have this. So this we're going to be putting up over there so the chickens won't come on this side of the garden. But I ordered a bunch of seed starts because we're going to do some seed starting as well. But for the life of me, I can't find the box. So I'm going to have to figure that out because I do have some seed starts we're going to do. But at least we got this project done, so that way when my husband comes with the team to build those, they know what they're building and exactly where they go. I also know exactly how much soil each of these need. So it's really exciting. And the greatest thing about these beds, again, is you can buy them any different size. 2 reasons I bought them this high. 1, the chickens are going to be less likely to jump into them. And 2, when I'm gardening, it's really hard to always bend down to these beds. Like, it's just hard on my back. The only bummer, for me at least, is the amount of soil that will be required for these beds. I was super bummed about that part, but I looked into like adding cinder blocks and stuff to kind of create drainage, so we might look into that as well, but it might end up just costing more money. And it's so good. So yeah, we have lots and lots of projects. I'm going to give these a quick water before we head inside. Some of the things I did prior to today's project, which was only to come out here and lay out this garden, was understanding the sun, how it is going to affect the garden. I am doubling, if not tripling, the size of our garden as far as space, so I really wanted to make sure I did it right. So I spent quite some time, again, those quiet mornings and evenings, I like to do a little bit of prepping for the day ahead, and so this is what I did the night before. I did as much research as I could, figuring out water, making sure we had gopher wire, making sure the layout was what was best for the plants that I was planting in this garden according to the sun exposure for this summer. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope that if you do want to start gardening, there are so many great channels that you can find here on YouTube that have really helped me. I'm really excited to see it. I think this is going to be my best gardening year yet. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, it is a mess in here. Okay, broody girl. I know, you're such a broody mess. You're such a broody mess. Go on, go play. Don't be so broody. Nobody got time for that. Girls are laying so many eggs a day. We are going to make frittata this weekend, I think. That's a lot of eggs. Very clean. You want to get out of your broody mood? You want to go in there? Here. Baby girl. You hungry? You hungry? Yes. You're a good dog. In a bad mood. Thank you so much for joining me today in my new summer routine. If you want to join me, I'm going to be posting these hopefully a couple times a week, if not more, just so that we can all stay motivated and hold each other accountable to take better care of ourselves while having a calm, fun summer with our kids. I'm going to be sharing lots of fun activities we're doing with our kids, as well as a ton of gardening in the next video. You will see the brand new birdie beds are in. If you're looking for links to any of that, it will be down in the description box. Thank you so much for taking your time today and spending it with me. I will see you in the next video real soon. Bye!